someone. All right. So today is 12/5. 20 days till Santa arrives. Okay. So, what to do with a negative x? That is my essential question. Hey, what? Look at me, being Avity. That's my essential question. What do you do when you have a negative x? What do you do with the negative x? Geo, we should be on our notebooks, not on our iPads. All right, what does it mean? Well, I mean, it looks like a simple problem. 5 minus x equals 10. It looks like a very simple problem. And the first thing kids say is like, oh, it's 5. I'm like, 5 minus 5 is 10? Oh, 15. Oh, 5 minus 15 is 10? 5 minus 15? No, right? 5 minus 15 is not 10. So, then I'm like, okay, well, don't try to do it in your head. Do it on paper. Okay. So what do I do first? So if I write plus 5, do I get 0 right here? No, I end up with a bigger number, which I don't want. What do I have to do? Minus 5. But Miss O'Malley, there's a minus back here. Why would you do the same thing? Does this minus belong to the 5? No, it's in the back, right? It doesn't belong to it. So remember, your goal is to get 0 over here, and the only way to get 0 over here is to put a minus 5, right? That's simple enough. 10 minus 5 is 5 is equal to x, and that's what kids think. They're like, okay, Miss O'Malley, I'm done. X equals 5. And I'm like, okay, well, plug it in. Plug, let me change the color. Plug this number into your problem, right? Because that's what you can do to check yourself. Whatever you get, plug it in. Okay, I'm going to plug it in. 5 minus 5 equals 10? No, right? But that's what you're telling me. X equals 5. You're done. Put my pencil away. So why not? I mean, we did the minus 5. What's wrong? What you ignored is this. This is still there. It's still there. We call this a negative 5. I know it's a subtraction sign, but let's call it a negative. Let's jump and call it a negative. You can't ignore it, but that's the number one mistake you'll do in 8th and in high school. You'll ignore this negative, or the minus sign. Okay, so how do I get rid of it? Yeah, because what's the invisible number that's right there, but you don't see it? A 1. So technically, what you're doing is there is a negative 1 right here. It's invisible, but it's there. So you're going to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. So x is equal to negative 5. And when you plug it in, 5 minus a negative 5, that will indeed give you 10. Because you'll do keep, change, opposite. Keep, change, opposite. Wow. I know. It's actually not as hard as it seems right now. It might seem like it's hard right now, but it really is not. Let's say, sometimes you get negative x over 5 is equal to, let's say 2, right? Again, looks like a pretty easy problem, right? What's the first number that we move? 5. How do I move the 5? No, what? Multiply? Because this big line means division. So this eliminates. You're left with. Again, kids just think, oh, I just put an x. X equals 10. But when you plug it in, you get a wrong answer. So it's actually a negative, because it's right there, a negative x, right? And then sometimes you're like, oh, I'm done. negative x. I'm like, no, I can't have a negative. I got to get rid of it. So divide by -1, divide by -1. So every time you see a negative x, you have to divide by -1. Every time you see a negative x, you have to divide by -1. X indeed equals -10. Oh, it doesn't make a difference, Mr. Millett. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right, why do I go over this? Because Fabian, yesterday, Fabian, yeah, he was doing his work. Do you remember what sheet you had?
4.
He had 4. And somewhere on this paper, there's a negative x. Oh, right there. I'm sure all of you saw it. Right there. That's a negative x.
Maybe you don't have it.
It's a negative x. Well, it might be just be on number 4, page 4, or you might all have it, but you haven't found it. So let me know if page 1, 2, 3 has a negative x, or is just lucky page 4. Who knows? All right. So we have 35 minutes to try to finish this. I'll check in with you in 30 to see how far you've gotten. I've taken out my color pencils.
Wow.
Leave the homework there. I'm going to come around and grade it. All right, ready, set, go. Negative x.